In this video, I'll be showing you how to make these 1/12 scale bricks. After figuring out your dimensions, you'll roll out a sheet of clay to the appropriate thickness using stacked popsicle sticks as guides. You'll then use a straight edge to mark out the grid for your bricks and cut them out. If you're making a mold, 8 is a good number of bricks to provide for variation. Next, you can make some dings and chips using a knife and using a toothbrush to texture all of the sides except the bottom. When you're done, bake these until they're fully cured. You can use any plastic container for the mold as long as it's slightly flexible. Stick your bricks down with double-sided tape, making sure to leave ample room around each of them. Mix up your silicone and pour it into the container from one spot to allow it to naturally flow around all the bricks. After your silicone has cured, remove them from the mold. Plaster of Paris is the perfect material to recreate a masonry texture. This is not an exact recipe, but it's a good starting place. Use 2 tablespoons of water, a teaspoon of white glue, half a teaspoon of color in the form of acrylic paint, and 2 tablespoons of plaster of Paris. You can adjust any of the ingredients to arrive at a good consistency. They will dry lighter, so make them a little darker than your intended product. After you pour this into the mold, tap the mold vigorously on the table to encourage air bubbles to rise to the surface. Let this dry for about 10 minutes before coming back to scrape the excess off the surface. This helps with finishing the bricks later. Depending on how wet your mixture was, you should be able to remove them from the mold within an hour to be set aside. They'll fully dry in a day or so. You can reload your mold at least once an hour to build up your collection. Having a lot of variation in the colors will help to create that authentic brick look. You can leave the bricks as is or apply an acrylic matte medium or satin varnish to all the sides to bring the color out. They look good either way. For an accessory, I'll next show you how to make this mini masonry trowel. Using dimensions which you can find on web stores, sketch your template and cut out the blade part. Trace that piece onto a piece of cardstock and cut it out. Drill a hole into the end of a small round piece of wood to fit your piece of metal that you'll be using. Then shape that end of the piece of wood before cutting the handle to size based on your sketch and shaping that end as well. Use pliers to shape your piece of metal, and then assemble all of your piece using a strong glue, such as super glue. Coat all of this with a primer or matte medium, which is my favorite for many applications, including strengthening paint adhesion. The most realistic metal requires a few coats of paint. In this case, the metal received a light gray coat, followed by a black and matte medium wash, translucent silver, then a black matte medium wash again. Everything was then glazed with a brown and matte medium wash to add age to the piece. Then you're done. You can glue the bricks together and stage a little construction scene. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new. I'll have a list of all the materials I used in the description. Please subscribe to my channel and sign up for notifications so you'll get an alert when I publish my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.